Welcome back. It is 9:21. We are continuing our conversation with Commissioner Dr. Allison Arwady with the Chicago Department of Public Health. Dr. Arwady, the last time you joined me, our numbers were at an all-time low, and so many people were looking forward to a summer that was a little closer to normal. So we're not there yet. Where do we have to be to enjoy these outdoor gatherings like our festivals and concerts that people have been hoping for?
I remain very confident that this summer is going to look a lot more like 2 years ago than it did last summer. I think most of this is about this race to get folks vaccinated. And as long as we can get a large percentage of the population vaccinated and continue to see the high demand that we're seeing here in Chicago, as supply picks up, we can get everybody vaccinated. I do remain confident. I don't think we're going to be at a place to have a completely, everything back as normal as it was, but we're having a lot of conversations about what this summer can look like in a way that brings folks back in a way that still respects we're not going to be fully vaccinated. But especially for outdoor events, I want to be doing this. I want to be reopening the city, and if we can just avoid this huge, potential of a surge that we're seeing just right now, where I'm looking at July and August, I'm feeling much better about it.
Which is good news because we're looking at some video of Ravinia, we're looking at Wrigley Field, we're looking at Lollapalooza. They've been talking about that they want to come back in some hybrid way. These are events that are usually planned for at least a year in advance. What kind of discussions are being had right now about these?
Yeah, so we've been speaking with a lot of the different large organizers. Obviously, we are a city that has a lot of conferences. We are a city that has a lot of tourist type events. And we've been trying to do some contingency planning where we thinking about hybrids, thinking about the ability to flex up or flex down depending what's happening with numbers, what's happening with vaccine is smart. We've been careful not to move too fast in terms of being able to make promises around the ability to have things fully back. But yes, I think we are absolutely making plans and having conversations in a way that will allow some of the things that we really love about Chicago to be back this summer, just probably in an altered format.
I don't want to let you go without talking about vaccines because we've all been told that is our path to normalcy, getting as many people vaccinated as possible. We've opened up eligibility to 1C now. That's a huge group of Chicagoans who are now eligible, but some people are still having trouble getting the vaccine. As you know, I don't have to tell you this. What advice do you have for those who are listening and they're frustrated right now?
Yes, and I know it's hard. It's really all about vaccine supply. We are getting the most vaccine that we've ever gotten in the city this coming week, and I hope that that will continue to increase. We know as soon as we put it up, we see folks taking it. It's not a problem of demand, and we're working hard to get it into neighborhoods. Keep checking ZocDoc.com/vaccine. Do check with all the pharmacies. They're national chains, so you need to look there. And you can go to chai.gov/COVIDvax to see some of those links, but also your healthcare provider. We are pushing vaccine very hard to healthcare providers across the city. It remains really the best place for folks to get a vaccine, and you're going to be able to get a vaccine in April.
I was going to ask
May
you that.
at the latest.
Yeah,
I really am feeling
you feel good
that.
about April, that we're going to have this big influx by then, and that it won't be this shortage that we're dealing with right now?
Yeah, I think a month from now we're going to be in a much better place, and 2 months from now I'm really confident that anybody who wants a vaccine is going to be able to get one.
Okay, in the meantime, we always appreciate you coming on. This is obviously a very serious topic, and people want your advice. They want to know what to do. But I also kind of want to have a little fun with you because yesterday you were among some of our state's leaders honored at Wrigley Field. You got to throw that ceremonial first pitch. Let's take a look. How do you think you did?
My number one goal was to get it straight, and I got it reasonably straight. So I was happy, and I like being able to actually see a lot of the COVID precautions in person that we'd been talking about with Wrigley Field. They and others thinking about outdoor events have done a lot to try to make these as safe as they can be. So yeah, it was really an honor and a lot of fun. I don't think I'm gonna get an offer to join the team, but that wasn't my goal. Straight was my goal.
Actually, I'm very impressed. I don't think I could have gotten that far. Did you practice for this?
For about 5 minutes.
You're kidding. It looks like it was much more than 5 minutes. That was much further than I could have ever gotten it. But I love that Wrigley and other places are honoring our healthcare workers, and it's been one heck of a year. And yesterday was so much more about opening day, was it? It was so much more than your typical opening day, wasn't it?
It really was. And I think, you know, seeing the city come back to life in ways that are as safe as they can be, knowing that Wrigley Field is a mass vaccination site that we're going to be opening up, thinking about the ways in which we continue to really honor and, you know, respect really the loss of this last year. They showed a lot of the members of the Cubs organization, the ushers, et cetera, you know, that had died from COVID in the last year, and recognizing that that's been sort of a collective trauma for the city. How do we move past that in a way that's safe, that honors that, but also lets us grow back even stronger? It was a really, for me, pretty poignant example of doing that, and certainly a much larger setting than I've been in for more than a year, and a little overwhelming in that regard, but in a good way.
Yeah, overwhelming, emotional, and making us all stop to remember what this past year has been. Dr. Allison Arwady, as always, thank you so much. Hopefully next time we talk, we'll be talking about the numbers going down again. We appreciate your time.